everyone. Welcome to the adventures of Kibe and Tashina. It's moving day. I'm not awake yet.
Moving day!
See you soon. Bye. Hello. Okay, so moving day continues. We have coffeeed up. First things first on the agenda. Make your man do the dishes. No, I'm just kidding. So, okay, what we did was utilize your space. Utilize your space. So the bed is one of the most important things where you can take everything that could fall down or break or just go all haywire. You can put it on your bed. That's what we do. So far, pile of stuff. Always tie up the TV.
Because when shit goes wrong, it goes wrong.
More to come. We're back again. Hello.
Hello.
More tips. Hello. Okay. So anyway, again with the bed. So with the bed, I take down all of the clothes hanging in the closet. And this is just from trial and error. I have learned that if you don't take down the things that are hanging, everything will fall. And then you're just gonna have to rehang it up anyway. So then the other thing is, here's the closet. Here, let me turn the light on for you. Here's the closet. So I took down the little organizers and I just laid them down because they'll swing back and forth and all of your stuff will fall out. Took down all the hanging things. And then the biggest one, like I said before with the shelf, biggest one, damp bread buckets. Damp bread buckets. You grab a damp bread bucket.
Got to remember the damp bread buckets.
Because
they'll fall down.
Is if you don't, it'll get really slimy all over your clothes. I forgot one in the closet once and it fell down and all the liquid that collects in the bottom of these is slimy, and it took me washing them twice to get it out.
It'll sting your shot.
Yeah. Damp bread buckets. Take them all down. Put them somewhere safe. Okay. All right. More to come. Next tip. Dishwasher fluid. Dishwasher fluid. So you get all that grease and grime in your sink, and it settles down there. So when you travel, dishwasher fluid will eat away the grease. Put a little fluid in there, have it slosh around. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, your sink is a great place to store stuff. Espresso machine goes great in there. And bottles, things that could spill. We have ice ready. We're gonna show you what to do with the ice in a couple minutes. And then the dinette, when you bring the dinette down, your table, put stuff on top of it, but be aware that when you close your slide, everything is going to slide. Everything is going to go to the other side. So just make sure that anything that you put on here, you're willing to have get jumbled around. So, dinette, put things in the dinette. Eventually we'll close the slide. Put all of our clothes on top of there. Store stuff in the sink. All right, moving on. Outside is next. Hoses. Poop. Hoses. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello again. We've moved outside, and it happens to be a rainy day. You can't pick the days you move.
Can't pick the days.
Quite stormy today. Anyway, so what we did was we undid the sidewinder things. They're like the little racks that go underneath your hoses.
Makes your poop go downhill.
Makes your poop go downhill. There's the hoses. This is all of the massive leaves. So, next job is to clean the hoses, which will show you the aftermath because I don't want to touch my phone while I'm doing that. Lovely. Okay, goodbye. Hello again. We survived the poop. Okay, the big thing is...
It was a shitstorm, let me tell ya.
Fight the shitstorm with the stormy weather. It actually kind of helped. The rain kind of helped.
It did washed it down.
Washed it downhill. Okay, so like I said, we put away the racks, the sidewinder racks that your hoses sit on top of. Then strategically go through, which I'm going to stop this video and flip it over for you and show you. 1 second. Sorry. First attempt in making a video. Here are your drains. You want to make sure they're closed, and then you want to make sure the stopper is closed, completely unlocked, and you've emptied them out. And then what I do is I take one hose and I lift it up for gravity, lift it up high, and take another hose, which you see over there, and rinse it out and have everything go down the drain, and then disconnect that part of the hose, and then you get yourself a handy dandy big compartment And you put all your hoses in here. I've got gloves that we can use. We call them the poop gloves. And everything in here stays dirty. It's all dirty. So you rinse your hoses as best you can. You put them inside here and they don't touch anything else. They stay in the container. That's funny. I love that that's on video. Okay, and we have 3 different hoses. So we took them all apart and put them in this container. And then there's these little black things that you can put in the ends of these guys.
Little stoppers.
Stoppers.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I highly recommend not putting the stoppers in the hoses. I've done that before, yeah, and I forgot to take it out, hooked it to the drain, pulled the, what's it called? The lever, the valve. Pulled the valve. And it didn't go anywhere because there was a black stopper in it. And so you have to undo it, and all the poop that went into the drain has to come out.
Gotta go somewhere.
It's gotta go somewhere.
And now it's all downhill.
Yeah. Splatters all over the ground, all over your face. So don't do that. Don't, just throw the stoppers away. Just don't even use the stoppers. Just don't even
throw them away.
Just throw them away. Okay. That was our poop hose tutorial. There you go. On to water. Okay. Okay, next video for a little tip. When I first moved in as a full-timer, not really convenient if you're just camping for the weekend, but as a full-timer, he's gonna work on that. I'm gonna show you this one over here. See right here how he's working on it. So we zip tied. You zip tie the hose to your slide, if you have a slide, and it keeps it off the ground. Helps with freeze. It also keeps it not from getting dirty. Like if there's a hole, if it gets a hole or something happens, you know, bathing in it. Plus another tip, always keep the water hose above your sewage hoses. You don't want them below. If there's a leak in your sewage hoses, you don't want your water hose sitting underneath your sewage hoses. Ew, that would be gross. Okay, goodbye. Okay, water systems. So we'll show you how to hook it up when we get to the new site. Because hooking up water systems are super, super important, but I just wanted to show you the why. So we use this. This is like, I call it the poop hose that I use to clean out our sewer tanks and the tanks. You want to always keep that separate from your water hose. We just went over the poop talk, guys. Come on, yeah, keep the poop out of the water. Okay, anyway, we're gonna move on. We're gonna fill the water tank because we can use the water pump until we get our city water hooked up at our new site. So you don't want to get stuck at your new site with no water. So we're going to put it in the freshwater tank and then take apart our water. Okay.
Things that are important.
Things that are important. Okay, this is going to look quite messy. But again, sinks are your best friend. So we just finished up in the bathroom, washed our hands one last time, used the bathroom. And then anything that was on the counter, I just throw in the sink. It's fine. It won't go anywhere. And then all of your cabinets are latched. So anything in your cabinets, you don't have to worry about. If they jumble around, they jumble around, but they won't fall out. And then one of the big tips that I learned, sorry, ignore my dirty shower, it's just people doing stuff that I don't think it right now, is everybody has this, right? A toilet brush. So with your toilet brush, if you have a stand-up toilet brush and there's any fluid in it and you start moving around, it'll fall down and get all over your floor, and that's really gross. So I just empty it out, I put it in the shower, I let it roll around the shower, that's totally fine. So you just let it there. Stays in there. Make sure you lock your shower or your doors are just gonna go back and forth and break. So, and then yeah, that's the bathroom. So check, that is done. Our water is done. Our hoses are done. The inside is done. So now we're gonna put some ice in the toilet and we're gonna close the slide. Okay, moving on. Okay, next tip, super important. So when you travel, one of the greatest tricks of cleaning out your black tank, because you know over time your sensors just get messed up and the just stuff gets caked down there, and no matter how much you clean it out, especially if you're a long-term or an extended stay, it just gets bad. Well, put ice in the toilet and eventually I will push that down, but I'm done the video. Anyway, get all the ice down into like a bag of ice down into the black tank, and as you move around, it's gonna slosh around and it's gonna break up all that stuff. So that when you do get to your next location and you drain it, it's kind of gross, but it's gonna be like milkshake. It just like gets all the stuff out of it. But anyway, really good tip, really helps your black tank. Okay, bye. Next on the list, freezer. So if your freezer runs on gas, you want to turn it off. Mine runs on gas, so I'm turning it off. It's going to start to beep. Don't freak out. It will beep because it's trying to tell you that it's not on and things are gonna melt. But you turn that off, and then that way you can go turn off your gas. Okay, there you go. Okay, bye. Okay, and then we just brought the slide in. So as we brought the slide in, we made sure nothing was gonna get caught, nothing was gonna break, nothing was gonna get stuck. And see what I was talking about earlier? So see everything that's on the side, even though you brought your slide in, that big space right there, as you're traveling, everything is gonna fall on the floor. So it should be okay, but as long as you don't have anything breakable there, breakable here, you should be fine. So as long as it's things you're willing to have just roll over. Obviously, ideal would not be having anything here, but when you live in it full time, come on, full timers, let's be real. All the people that camp for the weekend and it just looks all perfect. That's just, you know, you're full timer. It's really hard. Okay. All right, moving on. Wait. Okay. So your command board. You either have switches here or you either have an electronic system like mine. You want to turn everything off. So turn off all these switches. You want to turn off your HVAC system. We're turning off lights. We brought in the slide. We're going to bring in the awning right now. And we turned off the water pump. We turned off the water heater. The water heater you turn off on here if you have switches on the inside, but you also want to turn it off outside. That is what I've been told. And then make sure you turn it back on when you get to your location or it will burn. I forget what they're called, like the crystalloids or something. They burn something in there and then you have to kind of fix your water heater. So make sure you turn it off here and outside and turn it back on here and outside when you get to your new location.
It'll burn out your heating elements.
Yeah, it's like heating coils or crystalloids or something. Okay, so that's that, and moving on. Okay, bye. Okay, this is outside. This is your water heater. This is what I was talking about, is make sure that that switch is turned off. So you turned it off on the inside, but you also want to turn it off on the outside until you kind of reset everything up again. And then I will show you how to check everything when we set up again. Okay. Okay, all the inside is good. We have checked the things. We've turned off the things. It's time.
Locking the door.
Locking the door. Make sure it's totally locked. And then put the safety bar on front. Yeah.
Good to go.
Good to go. Time to do the outside. Okay, so left the chocks in. That's important. You want to leave your chocks in before you hitch up because you don't want it to like fall forward. But we took the stabilizers up. There. You take off the things that you put underneath the stabilizers. There's like these guys to help stabilize them, I guess. I don't know, stabilizer blocks would be a great way to describe that. Just take those off. We also had X-Chocks. I highly suggest X-Chocks. We'll show you those when we are putting the trailer back together. But we want to make sure those are taken off. There you go, going between the wheels. We also tightened, or you're supposed to tighten, you might be tightened a little bit, the lug nuts for a long trip. We're only going about 15 minutes, so it's not a big deal. But you want to tighten the lug nuts. And then you want to walk around your trailer and make sure your slide is totally in. We unplugged the plug, the power cord is completely in. And you just want to walk around and make sure nothing is connected. Any decorations you have are off. Everything is secured. Spare tire looks good. Check it, check. And then I already showed you that. We turned that off. Door is closed. Stabilizer up. Walking along. Everything is locked. Door is locked. Window's closed. Oh, vent. Here you go. You want this closed? This is for your oven. For the exhaust for your oven. You want this closed while you're driving? Otherwise it'll flop around and get damaged. At least that's what I was told. But when you get to your location, you want to make sure you open it before you cook again, or it'll be really smoky. Okay, walking through. Okay, we're also going to close and lock the pass-throughs once we're hitched up. All right, time to line up the truck. Okay, this is a hitch lock. I highly suggest it. A lot of people are stealing RVs and trailers the more that people do long-term living and extending because your whole life is in your trailer. So get a hitch lock. This way, if someone has a truck and decides to come tow away your life, they can't. So make sure you take this off before you start to hitch up. Okay. And then you say goodbye to your first home. Bye. See you next time. Trailer Inns. That was our first home. 2 years. Falcor. That's the name of my trailer. Our trailer. All right. Time to tow. Okay.